Ladies and gentlemen, today I have a very special video. Number one, we have another BGS return. I went ahead and gave him another chance, and I will tell you right now, it was very, very smooth. It was super smooth. As you guys remember last time, in case you didn't see that video, I did a premium return that they received in March, and I got back in like June. It was that long. It's not supposed to do that. Premium returns are supposed to be like 10 days long max. And by the way, when I made that video, they originally said 10 to 15 days. Plus, implying plus just in case they go over that, that's to protect them. The plus is gone now. It's kind of interesting. But either way, I said I was never going to use them again. You know, I got over my rage, and I gave them another shot, and the second submission went a lot smoother, so I'm super satisfied with that. So, yeah. Anyways, that's not about that. It's about what's actually in this video. So, first things first, let me show you this. Shout out to the homie, Wolfie Collects on Instagram. If you guys are within the Instagram Pokemon community, Wolfie Collects is an amazing collector. He got a ridiculous return back a couple weeks ago. I'm talking about PSA 10 level X's, Primes. He got this bad boy right here, a legend card. I almost said Lugia. I have a Lugia as well that I graded and pulled myself from a couple years ago, but this is one that I've always been on the fence about. Like, do I want this? Do I want this? And the 3 times I've seen it pop up on eBay, I missed out every single time because I'm an idiot. But you know what's special about this? Not only is it PSA 10 for both parts, it's consecutive certs. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think that adds that much value to it. But as a collector, it's just kind of cool. And, like, you know, it's for my OCD. I think it's fantastic to know I have the certs that are basically right next to each other. And look how great these are. Just in time for the new Union cards. I will say this, though. I think the Union cards are doing too much. 4 cards is way too much to put together into basically one picture. 2 cards was just right. And Legend cards back from the 2010 era just nailed it. It was just right. It looks so good. You know, you got the legendary dogs, or beasts, I should call them, because they're not really dogs. You have Palkia and Dialga. You have, like, Rayquaza and Deoxys, the Cresselia and Darkrai. There's a bunch of them out there if you haven't seen them, and they look great. But I was especially a big fan of the Lugia and the Ho-Oh, and I can say that I officially own both of them now. So much love to Wolfie Collects. I would say check out Wolfie Collects to see what else he has for sale. But I showed Steve Aoki the collection that he got back, and he literally bought everything. I'll still post Wolfie's Instagram in the description below. So if you want to go over there and check it out and see what else he has left or what he might get in the future, feel free to do so. Good guy, very smooth transaction, and he didn't try to rip me off. Like, the deals that he was selling for all the cards was just right, and I'm like, this is kind of rare sometimes, so yeah. Anyways, as a collector, one thing I love to do the most is finding cards that not that many people might know about. So in 2001, a game called Dungeon Dice came out for Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I don't remember what promo cards we got in the English version, but the Japanese version just nailed it out of the water. So, first and foremost, these aren't like Topps cards. They're like actually on like Yu-Gi-Oh! Stock, but the front is like full art. So you can see it's got the Dungeon Dice like logo. But these came out. If you got the game, you got 3 cards, and there's 3 rarity of each. So this is, I believe this is the ultimate rare. So as you can see, it's got like the texture and everything. So this is 1 card. Here's another one. I believe this is also ultimate. The ultimate, I feel like, are always in tougher condition because they just chip easier and stuff like that. There's another one of these. This is the one that really sold me. Look at that. This is a prismatic, secret rare, Dark Magician Girl. The official labeling is green. You get blue, green, and purple in the actual set. And the way it works is and then this is the other one. The way it works is when you get the game, you get these 3 cards, but the rarities, if I recall correctly, are always randomized. So you can get a ultimate rare version of this, or a prismatic, or an ultra, and stuff like that. What I thought looked by far the coolest was the green ones over here, because look at the artwork on this. Wow, that's so hard to say. Artwork on this. It just pops, and the hollow, the prismatic pattern, just all over the place, and it's great. So yeah, when I originally saw these, I'm like, man, finding mint version of these cards, number 1, is going to be so hard because it's from so long ago, and 2, cards like this usually tend to damage really, really easily. I mean, look at the corners. They're usually, like, banged up. But somehow, the ones that I found were just right. And I think this one is definitely PSA 10 worthy. Now, usually what I noticed is on the back, this isn't damaged, but it's just the way the cards were cut. It looks like it's kind of, like, rigid and raggedy. I promise this is not damaged. And I'll show you, actually, because you can see down here, it looks a bit better. I'll show you on my other ones that I just got graded, because I did send some to BGS to get express graded. But yeah, I saw this on eBay randomly, and I'm like, I need to find these cards to get them myself. And again, these were by far my favorite ones. And here is also the prismatic version of the first card I showed you. This one's kind of like my least favorite of the 3. And then here's an ultimate rare version of the green one I just showed you again. And again, these look fantastic. This is what I'm talking about, though, if I can zoom in. You see how it looks like it's like miscut or whatever? It's not, I promise it's not damaged. It looks like it's damaged, but it's not. It's just how they were cut. And I don't know how they would classify that when they actually get them graded and stuff like that. And here, I think this one looks a bit better if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is definitely one that's going to be more of a PSA 10 chance when I send this to actually PSA. Because I sent some to BGS and I saved some for PSA as well. The cards weren't that expensive. I mean, they were kind of pricey for cards that people don't really know about that much. Here's also a prismatic version of this as well. But I think each set costs like maybe 300-ish bucks for the whole set, which sounds kind of crazy. I know, but like we're talking about cards for one of the most iconic characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all time, and they came out from 2001 in limited edition prints from a game. Like getting sealed versions of those games is next to impossible. I mean, I saw a couple on sale, but the prices were crazy. So yeah, why am I showing you this? Well, like I said, I bought a bunch of these. Let me actually just categorize these correctly. I bought a bunch of these. Really, the one I wanted the most was the green one, like I said. And also, of course, we got the iconic art from the actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Magician's Force set as well. And yeah, and I decided I'm going to send some to BGS. There was 2 batches, or 2 cards in particular, it's actually these 2, that looked so good. I got to see what happens if I send to BGS. I'm pretty confident that if I send these off to PSA, they could be very, very likely to get 10s. And I think the pop report for the prismatic for PSA is 4. It's very, very low. Like I said, not many people know about this. So yeah, let's see what we got. So again, if you want to look these up yourself, just type in DDM Dark Magician Girl on eBay or Dungeon Dice Monster and good luck. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't like screw with what's available on eBay. You're gonna get people to watch this video and then immediately clean up the entire shop and try to get everything. And hopefully that me making this video out of excitement doesn't like ruin anything in regards to like how this works. But yeah, we got our return today. So I'm gonna go ahead and reach into this right now. Like I said, this went super smooth this time as opposed to last time. Let me get all this paperwork out of the way. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And look at that. We got a gold label to start. That's what I like to see. So I think what we'll do here is I need something to block this. You know what? We're going to go ahead and use the Ho-Oh to block this because I don't want to like, no. Well, we know that this is, you also see the Lugia right there. We already know that this is going to be a gold label. So, Dragon Ball Super cards, they tend to grade really, really well. Like really, really nicely. But I don't think this is perfect. So I feel like this is going to be 9.5. The goal is always 9.5 and higher. It's by far is always the goal. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip it. 9.5. Hey! Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got 10 on the edges, 9.5 on centering. It's always funny when I see cards like this get, you know, not perfect centering. Because usually they're printed so well. So I feel like this is just nitpicking sometimes. And then surface is a 9, and then corners are 9.5. I think the hit card is by far the hardest to grade, if I remember correctly. I have one as a PSA 10. And the one that I sent to BGS, which is this one, is one that I bought a couple of months ago now, and it looked absolutely immaculate. Only question I have is I wonder what made it get a 9 for surface, because there's nothing on here that will result. Like I don't know what they potentially saw. Maybe a fingerprint or something. I have no idea. But these signature cards that they released in Assault of the Saiyans as well as in a TOP set from 2018. Look so good. They look so fantastic. So yeah, I'm happy about that. That's definitely a W. We'll leave you in the back over here. Okay, next one we have another gold label. So this is the poker set Lugia that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. The centering looks great. The only thing I noticed is it's kind of weird. Like you see how it's like it gets thicker. It's like they didn't have it properly aligned. I think it's gonna hold it back the most. I think that's the only thing that holds these cards back the most. 9.5 again. Now this is one I was definitely hoping to get a 10. By far. It's also so weird seeing me hold a poker card that's graded. It's a thing. So let's see what we got. We got 10 on corners, 10 on surface, which makes sense. There's no way you can really damage that, and corners are just usually perfectly cut on these. And then, like I said, centering by far is the only thing. I feel like edges was definitely a nitpick. And look, I'm going to just say it. Usually, what companies do for grading is they definitely do pop control. Because I know in this situation, if they gave edges a 10, which I don't see why they would be... It wouldn't be a 10 because these are usually very, very, very good. If they gave us a 10, then they would have to give this card an excuse to give it a 10. I think that's how it is because you can get 10, 10, 10, 9, right? I'm pretty sure. It doesn't have to be like a 9.5 for it to be a pristine 10. But I'm pretty sure the only reason why they gave edges a 9.5 is so they don't have to give this card a 10. But yeah, it's a beautiful card. It's iconic. You know, we got the old art from 2000, well, actually 1999 in this case. And yeah, kind of wish it's a 10, but it is what it is. All right, now to the actual... main menu. If I see silver, I'm gonna cry. That's very good. That's very good. That's very, very good news. I'm gonna cover it. Oh boy, and it's the one I wanted the most. Oh, we see. Oh, well, hold on. We got 9.5 and 10. Ah, it's a 9.5. That's still very good. Don't get me wrong. That's still very, very good. Okay, so I think same case. First of all, that's definitely a nitpick. I gotta say it right now because these cards are printed really, really well, and I don't think they can actually be off center. Because if they were off center, you would have the excess outline of the card. Like, and it's kind of like when they gave my my Topps first appearance Lugia a 9.5 centering, but it has to be a 10 because the thing about the Lugia is if you are off center, you would see whitening around it, like the white edges, because that's how they were actually printed. So that's how I know some cards they give like 9.5 centering for that exact reason. But I feel like, let's see, so we got 9.5, 10 on the edges. I mean, I agree, the edges look fantastic on this one. I mean, look, this is what I was talking about. See like how the edges look a bit rigid? You can't see it as well right there. But, because like I said, this one's a lot better than the ones I showed you. But, let's see. So we got 9 on surface. I feel like, again, that was the reasoning to not get it up to... Well, no, because if it would have been 10, 9.5, 9.5, it still would have been a 9.5. Although, you could argue... I mean, look, these corners, 9.5, these corners are flawless. There's no dings, nothing at all. Look at that. You see that? It's literally perfection. It was perfection. Let me show you the back. Perfection. I might get this reviewed. I'm gonna be actually in Texas for a weekend very soon, and I might just bring this with me and stop by BGS. Like, yo, can we get a review on this and see if we can possibly bump this up to 10? Because I feel like look, I know the pop for this one is 1 in BGS 10. Pristine 10 is 1. I think for 9.5 it's like 10 or 11 now in this case. This is the 11th one, which is still very, very low, like I said. And anything above 9 for these, I think is very, very good because, like I said, how old they are and how easy they are to damage. But I feel like they held it back on purpose. All right, can we get another? We would like that on this one. Now, this one right here is one where I believe, I'm gonna just show you from the back first. I believe this one had a better chance of being a 9. Let me see from right here. Yeah. I feel like if there's gonna be a 9, it would have been this one. So I'm surprised this one's also a gold label. So let's just flip it and see what happens. Again, a 10 is good. So we got 10 on centering. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't have centering under a 10 on these because you would see like the outline of where the card was printed. So that's always kind of weird to me. Edges for this one is a 9.5, which is funny because it's this was from the same batch. I think these came from the same pack, and I'll show you in a second here. Oh, it's a 9.5 as well. Okay, I mean, I'm not mad, but this is what I mean. So let's see. So this one's edges were a 10. And like it's like they flipped. It's like they kind of like threw a dart and said, "We'll give this one 10 centering and down one 10 edges." But like, look. So we got 9.5 edges. Let's check these edges. These edges look great. Yeah, these edges look fantastic. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just looking through a camera because you can't always see the full picture from the camera angle view. Like, these look great. This is just a case of, yeah, this is just a case of we don't want to give this a 10 because this one is pop 2 in pristine 10 if I remember correctly. So yeah, 10 on the edges. I feel like it could get 10 on the edges. Corners and surface 9.5. Yeah, I feel like this one was by far the worst of the two, but this one got better scores. I might bring both of these with me again, but look, these cards, they just shine so much. When I first discovered this on eBay, I'm just like, I need this. I need to find it right away. So I bought, like I said, I bought 3 sets. From when I bought my sets, there was still a bunch available, so don't worry, I didn't buy out the entire shop. But I bought 3 sets on eBay, and I'm like, let's see what happens and try to get them graded myself. So I'm going to send the rest to PSA at some point. I'll probably wait until they have better options, because right now Express is $200 a card, which is kind of crazy. So I'll wait for them to have better options before sending those in. But for now, I think I'm going to definitely stop by BGS in a couple weeks to see if I can get a review. Overall, though, I gotta say I'm happy. I'm very happy. You know, the thing I was fearing is for some reason they came back as 9s. I mean, again, 9 is still very good, don't get me wrong, but I wanted it as pristine as possible for these two, because like when I found these 2 cards specifically from the batch of, like, you know, 3 sets that I bought, these look way too good. I'm like, I gotta send these to BGS. I had to send these to BGS. So yeah, overall, though, I'm happy. Again, if you want to check them out yourself, DDM Dark Magician Girl, just look it up on eBay. They're not that expensive, and like I said, for the iconic card that they are, I feel like, and how old they are limited, I feel like they're fantastic for any Yu-Gi-Oh collector out there. So yeah. With that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to slap a like on it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And you know what? I'm gonna end this video with this. What is one unique card that you have that not many people are after? How about that? We'll start there because everybody has that one. Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.